Hello guys, today we are going to discuss about self-awareness. So kindly keep tuned to the end. Today we are not going to take a lot of time, so we are just going to go direct into our topic. And our topic today is knowing yourself. And I would like to start by saying that knowing yourself should actually be at the top of your list of achievement, or the structured manual that you use in the process of your achievement, because when you know yourself, that gives you the ability to make effective decisions and to achieve other goals. So you see, when you give yourself a chance to learn more about who you are, that means all the other goals and all the other things that you shall be deciding on or deciding about, you'll be doing that with full knowledge of who you are. So we need to know and understand ourselves, and this one we can do by engaging in self-reflection. That helps you to uncover your truest self. When you take time to discover yourself, maybe in self-reflection, you will uncover the truest self, something that you cannot hide from yourself, and that is one, you'll be able to discover your goals. And that's why we said that self-awareness should come first. When you are aware of yourself, then you will be able to discover your goals in life. You will be able to know what you love. That's very true. Yeah, you will know your morals. You will know what you need. You will be able to know your standards. You will be able to know what can you tolerate and what can you tolerate in life. And also you'll be able to discover what you are willing to die for. You see, all these factors are factors that we need as a person to be consciously aware of them. Our goal, what we love, our morals, what we need, our standards, what we can tolerate in life. These are things that should be on your forehead, so that anytime you are making a decision or you are setting goals for your career, for your education, for marriage, for religious purposes, you will be having it in mind that this is who I am, and if I follow this way, it means that I'll be able to achieve my goals more comfortable without much training. And therefore, we have ways that we can be able to employ so that we may be able to know ourselves better. And the first model that we do is taking a closer look at yourself. When I say taking a closer look at yourself, it means at this point now you are analyzing your likes and dislike. You want to understand what is it that I like and what is it that I dislike. Why do I dislike what I don't like? Why do I like what I like? And now that will make you know and help you maybe in setting limits, that this is the much I can go as this is concerned, and this is all I can do about it. The second model is you examine your strengths and challenges. At this point now, you are trying to analyze your strengths and your weaknesses. The third one is you assess what brings you comfort. In this, we mean learn what soothes your soul. For example, when you are in distress, when you feel a lot of pressure in your mind, what gives you comfort, or what soothes your mind or your heart? Is it music? Is it movie? Is it going for hiking activities? Is it social activities? All these things now, when you bring them together, you are adding up to your basket of self-knowledge. The fourth model that you can be able to employ is recording your thoughts and emotions in a journal. This is the most effective, and this is something that has been very helpful to me, because it helps me to become an observer of my thoughts and feelings. Anytime I write down in a journal my thoughts and my emotions, it means that later I can come back and observe and note the recurring themes. You see, the things that oscillate in my mind mostly, the repetitive moods. When I wake up, which kind of a mood do I wake up with? What should I do to change that? If it's a dull mood, What can I do so that each morning when I wake up with an excited mood? Like, at this point now, I'm tracking every reoccurring theme in my life. When I'm hungry, how do I deal with that anger? When I'm under pressure, do I work well, or do I work well when I'm not under pressure? And now these are things that you have analyzed and recorded them in a journal, so you will be able to come back and study all the thought processes and your emotions, how they flow in life. So make sure you record your thoughts and emotions in a journal, so that now you may come back and check for the oscillating themes or these repetitive behaviors. Number 5, you can also take a personality test. Personally, I like using the MBTI, the Myers-Briggs personality test. And it's because it helps me to discover not only my career and not only my personality type, but also my career and other things. It's so informative. But when you take a personality test, don't let it label yourself. And now, because you have noted you are an IFNJ, now you start calling or labeling yourself, I'm an introvert, you shouldn't be telling me this. No, the necessity of you taking a personality test is actually to help you bring order into your life, because now you understand yourself, your strengths and weaknesses, your likes and dislikes, and you know what soothes you, and you have recorded your thoughts and emotions. It means now you can be able to bring order in your life. You don't have to go through a day with mixed feeling. You understand your feeling and you know what makes you happy, so you will be making decisions with a lot of knowledge, knowing that this will result into this and this will result into this, so you will have an orderly life. And this is something that now it's happening from inside you. And so now there are also questions that you can be able to ask ourselves, and this question also will help us to discover more about ourselves. And the first question that you can ask yourself is, what are your core values? What do you value most? Is it family? Is it integrity? Is it loyalty? Is it friendship? List all those values together, and then you will be able to be drawing lines and knowing this is what I can put more emphasis on, this is what I value more than this. So when you are making your decision, it will be simpler. 2, you can be able to ask yourself, am I really proud with the life that I'm living right now? This question will be able to give you a hint whether what you are doing is actually in line with your purpose. Because if you are living your purpose, it means that you should be proud of the life that you are living. But if you are not living your purpose, that means now the life that you are living, you are not proud of it. So if you are not proud of the current life that you are living, then you just ought to change that kind of life and adopt a new one, based now on your new level of self-awareness. Number 3, you can ask yourself, what would you love to do if money wasn't a problem? For most of us, money is what maybe dictates the kind of life or the kind of situations that you are in currently. So we fight ourselves because money is a problem. Then you cannot be able to venture in that talent that you have, because maybe you need sponsorship, there is no sponsorship. So this question you are asking yourself, what would you love to do if money wasn't a problem? And then you'll be able to know, if money wasn't a problem, I just concentrate with my talent. And now when you are able to answer that question effectively, that means now you will start putting more emphasis on your talent, and even as you work, you will be working in support of that talent, because you know that is what you love to do. Number 4, you ask yourself, what would you do if you are not afraid of failing? Another biggest challenge and limitation to us knowing ourselves and discovering our potential is fear of failure. So this question you're asking yourself, if I wasn't afraid of failing, what would I be doing? Then you'll be able to see that maybe if I'm gifted in music and I'm afraid of studying in big crowds or in front of big crowd because I don't know what will happen. Maybe they don't like my presentation, or maybe they don't like my song. So now you are now analyzing yourself that if I wasn't afraid of failing, I would go to that concert and I would perform very well. And now at that point, it will help you to discover and know that actually that is the ring that you should be taking. Now you will start dealing with that fear and encouraging yourself better so that you will be able to play that role that you are afraid about. And the fifth and the final question that we are going to discuss that can make you understand yourself better is about what others says about you. Feedback is very important, so you have to also analyze what do my friends and what do other peers or even my parents or the environment say about me. Maybe they are appraised you did something and you are given feedback that actually, oh, that was very excellent. And maybe you performed a song and they said you should record that song. You know, now that is feedback that you are getting from other people, and that is also very necessary to help you discover your talent and the potential that you have inside yourself. And the last thing, or the last model that we can use to better knowledge that we have about ourselves is examining how you connect with others. So you ask yourself, are you an extrovert or are you an introvert? Then if you know that your talent maybe requires you to be an outgoing person, but deep inside yourself you feel like your energy comes from within, not from the outside, then you need to learn people and social skills. And now that means you are now discovering yourself. The second thing, in examining how you connect with others, you ask yourself, what kind of afraid am I? Are you afraid who sticks loyal to your friends, or are you afraid like a part-time afraid? You know, you are just there for people when they need you the most, or you are the outgoing person. The third question that you ask yourself is to not to ask yourself, but you need to evaluate those around you. You know, we says that you becomes an average of your closest friend. So if you feel comfortable with people who may be like doing a certain thing, that can give you a hint that maybe you are comfortable with them because you have a similar interest. So also that will give you a hint in understanding who you are. So you have to think about the things you do when you are alone and why you do them, because now that's what defines you most. You know, the things that you do when you are alone. If you're in the house alone, what do? Do you just close the curtain, you know, close the door, then you put on music and you start dancing around in the house? You know, if that's what gives you peace, you know, that gives you a hint that now that is where your energy comes from. That is what soothes you. And also, when you are alone, when your closest friends are not there, what do you do? Do you read a novel? You know, do you like going out helping friends when all the other people don't know what you are doing? Or you are just a person who will lock yourself in the room and get lost in thoughts, maybe in those dark thoughts or whatever? So ask yourself, what do I like doing when I'm alone? And that also will give you a hint into who you are. So self-knowledge is actually something that you have to cultivate yourself. The biggest part of learning who you are is self-discovery. You need to take time. So I would like to know that this is not something that will just happen one day and you wake up and find that you know yourself, but it's a journey whereby today you may discover that you like this thing and tomorrow you discover that you don't like it. Maybe it's a situation that had made you to like it. So self-awareness is actually a long life journey that we need to walk, discovering ourselves, discovering our potential, bettering our weaknesses, and improving on our strength, and making sure that we work to expound and use our God-given potential in our daily endeavors and to be of help to other people. When you discover yourself, make sure that you use your life maybe to better the life of other people based on who you are. Yes.